Hello everybody and welcome to our today's live stream. And thank you so much for the many questions I received and your comments on various channels. So the question for today is, what makes a good coach? So what is necessary for being a really good coach for another person? And I'm asked pretty often that question because many people nowadays want to become coaches. Yeah. And let's say a manager wants to become a coach for his or her team. And maybe a mother or father want to be a coach for their children or for other family members. So that's why it's worthwhile really looking deeper into it. Yeah. What does it mean to be a coach? It means to make work and life easier for people. Yeah. So the client decides where he or she wants to go, right? And then we are helping that person. We are assisting that person during her or his path. Yeah. By the way, the word coaching comes from coach, carriage. Yeah. Drawn by horses. Yeah. So it is really something, it's an attitude to serve other people, yeah, to help other people and not to serve my own needs. That's very important. And the coach might take for a while the coachman seat, yeah, and ride the horses, but only for a while, and then the client takes over just to get something started. And the horses are a symbol, yeah, a symbol in old mythology for life power, for courage, for clarity, yeah, for energy, for life energy it is. So that's why those horses are important for our path through life. So two things are really, really essential when you want to be a good coach. One is the right attitude. I will give you an example. Yeah. Let's say there's a father, a family, and there's a family, and the father wants to help the son to make a decision in which direction his education shall go. He's a pretty good student. But he has certain interests and he wants to find out what to do. And the father says, of course, I help my son. Yeah. And in the course of that conversation, of that coaching conversation, the son realizes he would love to be a car mechanic. Yeah. And sooner or later, maybe open his own car repair shop, maybe with friends or so. Yeah. Could be a nice idea. However, the father has a law firm and hoped that the son would take over one day. He did certain investments, yeah, he grew the business, so for a while both of them could live from the business until the studies are finished and so on. Yeah. So it is quite a task then to be a real coach for the son. Yeah, to be open, not to want to be pushy and help the son to take the right decision. Yeah, because this is the difference between being a consultant and being a coach. A consultant has a frame. The frame is the son takes over the law firm or any other frame, right? Whereas as a coach, it is open-ended. Yeah, you do not know what will be the end of the coaching session and you have no intention. That is the core difference and that is so important. Good coaches are able to make themselves empty. I give you another example. Let's say the manager, she has a team member and that lady is very good. She is highly competent. She is a pillar for the company. Yeah. However, for this team member, there's too much routine already going on and she wonders what else to do. In the coaching session, which started out as a coaching session, both realized it would be best for the team member to start her own business. She has so much expertise, she can have a business on her own. And now the manager, what is she doing? Yeah, supporting this idea or trying, to give her some other interesting job within the company. You see, there's a tension, there is a gap between the role of being a manager and trying to do what is best for the company, and being a coach and doing what is best for the client. So we have to be very clear in any situation which role we take. And this is really the task. Yeah. Because when you talk about consulting, yeah, when you are a consultant, you are expected to have more expertise and pour in that expertise into a company or into the mind of someone, yeah, to teach someone. Yeah, when I'm acting, me, Anita, as a teacher, I'm giving knowledge. I'm helping people to adopt knowledge and to make changes in their behaviors. Yeah. When I'm a coach, I'm waiting and helping what is coming out of that other person. It's like an inner compass that can be shown and comes up from the deep subconscious. Yeah. And it's quite interesting because today's Easter, yeah, Easter Sunday, and it is a symbol for new life. It's a symbol of resurrection. And I think that is what people are doing. They're getting into new lives with a good coach or with other means, yeah, into a new life which is lighter, easier, and get out of the grave of self-limiting beliefs. Yeah, get rid of it and have the freedom of choice. Yeah, and it's good as a coach to help people doing it and to unfold their potential of the client. So this is the first thing, the right coach attitude. And the second, and I would say the second most important method or topic really is, what does the client really want? What is it really that he or she wants? What he or she says is one thing, and what he or she needs and wants is another thing. I will give you an example. I had a client, a young scientist, and she was very successful. She won many prizes during her time as a student, and also after that, she is working for a pharmaceutical company. Yeah. And she comes to me and she says, Miss Togel, I want to be promoted. And I want to be the head of a department in my chemical corporation. And I'm looking at that young lady, young professional lady, and I think to myself, well, I'm sure she can do it. Yeah, with all her credentials and the way, yeah, she acts and she talks, she would be able to fill that position properly. So the coaching mission seemed to be clear. If I would have acted as a consultant, it would have been only this, what she said, help me to get that job. But I'm acting as a coach, no frames, yeah, remember. So I felt I should ask a few more questions. And I asked her, what really excites you about your new job? And then for a moment, she didn't say anything. And then she said with a very strong voice, well, I'm entitled to have this job. I'm very good and I can organize myself. I can organize other people, and quality is very important for me. And her whole voice was changing. Yeah, that was interesting. And all of a sudden she was no longer authentic to me. Yeah, I could feel it is not her heart's desire. It is something she adopted, she copied. Yeah, it's a picture of herself she was painting throughout her life, maybe. So it was this belief, if you are really good, you have to become a manager. Yeah, this was the ideal picture she was having of herself. And I looked at her in a very friendly way And I smiled. And I asked her, why did you study chemistry? And then all of a sudden, her eyes started to shine and her face became very soft. And she said, well, it's so exciting, you know. It's like an adventure to understand what matter is made out of and to create new matter and to understand more and more. And she seemed to be a little girl at that moment. She got so excited over it. And I could feel how much she loves to do research, yeah. And then I asked her, will you be able to continue your research in your new position? And then she wondered and she said, no. And then it is important not to say anything, just to hold the space for what the client just said. No, she said. I just looked at her and it was quiet for a while. And then she started crying. And she realized that she wanted to please someone else by being a manager. Then we made a break and now we are working on another new job within the company where she can do even more research and be even happier with what she is doing. So it's a win-win situation for her and for the company, I'm sure. So actually these two things, yeah, to have the right empty coach attitude, and the other thing, what does the client really want, are the key questions and the key topics that you have to refer to when you want to become a good coach for your people, for your family. Yes. So, oh, the voice of your heart isn't strong. That's true. Wow, that's nice. Thank you for that remark. When something comes from your heart, you have to listen carefully because it's not a loud voice. If the heart is talking, it comes with a soft voice. That is, thank you so much for saying that exactly. You can hear where it comes from. Is it the ego which is talking, or is it rather the heart that is talking? Yeah, thank you so much. Silence means space for your feelings, exactly. That stillness, yeah, it is this stillness which is important. In this stillness, the subconscious can reveal itself. And we as coaches have to keep that space. Wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, any more questions to that topic, which relates so much to Easter and to new life, which we can enable for other people? Well, I thank you very much as always. I'm very happy to meet you again next Sunday. Most of the times I will do it live. Oh, one more question. Sure. How can I make myself empty in the course of a conversation? Yeah, this is a valid question, not only for coaches or people who want to act as coaches. It is valid actually for everybody who wants to give space for another person. Yeah, not to judge right away, not to comment right away what someone else is saying. So what I do in a coaching session, when I realize that I'm becoming judgmental, that I'm trying to pour in my own opinion, which I shouldn't, right? I should remain empty. Then I sometimes say, give me a minute. I have to think about something. And then for 1 minute, I'm listening to the words again in my mind, what he or she said. Maybe I'm repeating them, and that way I get the connect again. because we are losing the good connect to the client when we are trying to act as a consultant. The other person can feel that we are trying to know it better, rather than supporting the higher self of the other person and helping the potential of the other person to reveal. Yeah. And then I'm ready again. And then I'm 100% again supporting the other person, and that person gets all my energy then. And this is something, I always have a little tip for you for the week. You can try whenever you feel you are becoming judgmental and you are giving answers right away, you are interrupting. Yeah, make it a practice for 1 week to really hold the space for another person. It will be highly appreciated by the other one, and you will be amazed about what is coming to the surface. Yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So this was my answer. Thank you very much for your questions, so valid questions, and I wish you a good Easter. And have fun and enjoy, and maybe you want to practice already to become a good coach. So all the best, happy Easter, have a good time, see you next Sunday. Bye bye.